You've probably been told that attraction is obvious, that if she smiles, laughs at your jokes, or touches her hair, she must be interested. But the Stoics would remind us, appearances often deceive, and truth lies beneath the surface. Welcome to Stoic Reflections, where we uncover the wisdom hidden in everyday life. Today, we turn our focus to something subtle yet profound, the way a woman greets you. To most men, a simple hello, a smile, or a hug feels ordinary. Yet if you learn to see with trained eyes, calm, observant, disciplined, you'll discover that greetings reveal far more than hours of conversation. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." The same principle applies here. When you observe carefully, the truth of attraction shows itself without a single word spoken. In this video, we'll explore how women unconsciously reveal desire in their greetings, not through dramatic gestures, but through subtle micro-signals most men overlook. And more importantly, we'll discuss how to respond with presence, patience, and composure, the way a Stoic man should. Because attraction is not about chasing, it's about understanding. It's not about forcing, but about receiving what is naturally offered. So stay with me until the end, because by the close of this reflection, you'll see greetings not as empty formalities, but as windows into the quiet language of desire. And you'll know how to meet them with strength, restraint, and wisdom. The delayed smile. Most people smile out of habit. It's an automatic social script, a quick reflex born out of politeness rather than genuine feeling. But attraction, like truth, often reveals itself in what breaks the pattern. When a woman feels drawn to you, her smile doesn't always appear instantly. Instead, there is a pause, a breath of silence, a flicker of thought before her lips curve upward. That hesitation is not accidental. It's the mind registering an emotional response before the body obeys. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Observe what is happening within. That is where truth resides." And in her delayed smile, you're not just witnessing courtesy, you're witnessing her inner world processing something deeper. Her attention lingers on you, her presence sharpens, and then the smile blooms as though her soul has whispered, "I like what I see." For the Stoic man, this is not a cue to lose composure or to chase validation. It's a moment to observe calmly, to recognize without clinging. Let her smile reveal itself, and meet it with your own grounded warmth. In doing so, you show that you are not desperate for approval, but steady enough to reflect her energy with dignity. This balance, between awareness and restraint, is what separates the wise observer from the restless seeker. The lean-in hug. A casual hug is quick, light, and forgettable, 2 bodies meeting briefly out of routine. But when attraction stirs beneath the surface, that simple gesture transforms. She doesn't just brush past you with politeness, she leans in. Her body lingers against yours, even if only for an extra heartbeat. Her hands rest a fraction longer, her frame presses just slightly closer, and she is often the last to pull away. To the untrained eye, this looks insignificant, but as Seneca taught, nothing is little to him for whom even the smallest things have weight. The Stoic observer knows that subtle differences reveal great truths. The lean-in hug is not simply contact, it is trust, safety, and an unconscious invitation into her space. It signals that you are not just tolerated, but welcomed. Yet the Stoic response is not to clutch or to cling, it is to match her presence with measured composure. Hold the embrace just long enough to reflect her closeness, but never so long that it becomes neediness. Remember, strength lies not in grasping, but in allowing. The man who can stand firm without pressing forward shows a deeper power, the power of restraint. And in that restraint, attraction grows stronger, because she feels both your presence and your discipline. The eye-lip-eye glance. There is a glance so quick, most men miss it entirely. Her eyes meet yours, then flicker downward to your lips and return just as swiftly. It lasts no more than a second, but within that second lives an entire story of attraction. Behavioral psychology confirms what instinct already knows. When her gaze drifts to your lips, she is not just observing, she is imagining. Her body is revealing a desire she may not yet speak aloud. The Stoics would urge us to watch without haste. Epictetus reminded us, "We have two handles, by one we can carry, by the other we cannot." The lip glance is one such handle. It can be grasped wisely or fumbled recklessly. To the wise man, it is not an invitation to rush forward, nor a guarantee of anything promised. It is simply a sign, a quiet revelation of interest. Your role is to hold steady, slow your words, maintain her gaze. Let the unspoken tension breathe without forcing it. In doing so, you show mastery over yourself, and that mastery is magnetic. A fool calls it out and kills the moment. A Stoic lets silence speak, and in that silence, chemistry deepens. For it is not the loud gesture that reveals true desire. It is the fleeting glance, caught only by the man who has trained his eyes to see. How the Stoic man responds. Now comes the question most men get wrong. What should you do when you notice these signals? The ordinary man grows restless. He overreacts, makes a clumsy joke, or tries to force the moment into something more. But the Stoic man remembers, attraction is like fire. It burns brightest not when smothered or blown upon, but when given room to breathe. If she offers the delayed smile, return it, not with exaggeration, but with calm steadiness, as if you are simply reflecting the light she has already revealed. If she leans in during the hug, allow your presence to match hers, firm, secure, but never clinging. And if her eyes flicker toward your lips, do not rush to close the space. Instead, let silence and patience sharpen the tension. Seneca reminds us, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In attraction, the same wisdom applies. Your power lies in restraint. By not needing to prove yourself, you prove yourself. By not chasing, you invite her forward. And in your calm recognition of her signals, you embody the timeless lesson of Stoicism. Mastery of self is the highest form of strength. So, what have we uncovered? That attraction does not always shout, it whispers. It hides in the pause before a smile, in the warmth of a lingering embrace, in the flicker of eyes that reveal more than words dare to. Most men miss these signs because they rush, because they seek certainty where patience is required. But the Stoic knows, the world often speaks in subtleties, and wisdom comes to the one who listens. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone can show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth by which no man was ever harmed." The truth of attraction is no different. When you learn to see these quiet cues, not to exploit them but to understand, you begin to move with clarity instead of confusion. You stop grasping blindly for signs and start observing with composure. This is Stoic Reflections. If you found value in this breakdown, subscribe and join us in exploring how ancient wisdom meets modern life. Share your experiences in the comments. Have you ever noticed a greeting that meant more than it seemed? Remember, strength is not in chasing every smile, but in mastering yourself enough to recognize the ones that truly matter. Until next time, stay calm, stay present, and reflect wisely.